Hello, I'm Preston Anderson. This is my report on the Beefsteak Reinforcing Culture through Human Capital Development case study. What effect does an organization's culture have on its success? Culture drives an organization by shaping its employees, strategies, values, and beliefs, directly affecting all stakeholders and investors involved with the organization. An organization can influence a larger volume of stakeholders by going global and instilling the same cultural values across its global locations. Beefsteak should create a socially responsible culture globally that supports employee training, development, and benefits while also supporting the community and environment to increase its organizational value and positively influence investors. Jose Andres took the power of food mentality from Think Food Group to create Beefsteak to feed millions with healthy and delicious vegetable based meals. Beefsteak markets vegetables as fun and exciting versus boring and healthy, directly related to their exquisite and unique vegetable based meals in a fast casual atmosphere. The Beefsteak team uses local farmers and vendors to gather health driven fresh produce for its meals. Beefsteak's brand concept is to serve superb, healthy, vegetable based options to a multitude of regions and cultures at the fastest possible rate. Beefsteak practices organizational responsibility by doing the right thing for its community and stakeholders. A core principle for Beefsteak is providing the best experience for its customers. Their support for the community, they support the community by buying local as part of its greater organizational responsibility goal. Beefsteak prioritizes hiring the right talent for the organization, choosing those that desire to be part of something rewarding and impactful to the community. They then develop these talented individuals into superior customer service employees. The organization prioritizes the experience of their customers, ensuring that they do not feel as though they are merely part of a transaction, but instead strive to be the highlight of their customers' day. One of their service models' core values is kindness, leading them to recruit generous workers and train them to treat customers with genuine kindness. Beefsteak has a specific culture, and they recruit and train members whose values are aligned with those of Beefsteak. When sourcing for managerial positions, Beefsteak should first begin with looking internally. Beefsteak withholds its own unique culture. Internal employees will already be aligned with the culture. Hiring internally will require less transition time and reduce costs, as the internal employees will need less training and HR will not need to utilize recruiting resources. Beefsteak should first use performance feedback data to analyze which employees are superior performers. They can use a management evaluation scheme that uses performance level identification and succession planning criteria to rate the employees and determine how close they are to being capable of taking on a manager role. They then use questionnaires and assessment centers to decide who is fit for managerial roles. The assessment program can identify the desired leadership factors that align with Beefsteak's requirements. Beefsteak should first extract data from its current employees for filling staffing positions, including their positions held, qualifications, education, skills, and performance reviews. Beefsteak can use these data analytics to determine what factors in its current employees make them successful or not, and use this data to reduce the number of candidates to interview to those that will most likely align to the organization's values. Once the data narrows down the candidates, Beefsteak can use human judgment to narrow it down farther. Beefsteak should use the internet to find external employees, as it has a high source yield and low cost. HR can utilize popular websites and social media to advertise the brand in available positions. They can also use career fairs, especially in universities, to find eager and motivated talent. Beefsteak needs to expand globally to develop in new and profitable markets and gain a competitive advantage over the competition by gaining a superior global workforce. When expanding globally, Beefsteak needs to consider the cultural differences in the areas in which it expands. It should analyze the power distance, individualism, masculinity, long-term versus short-term orientation, and uncertainty of avoidance of the regions it plans to expand. From this, it could then understand the candidates' potential motivation, leadership, and organization behaviors from those regions. Beefsteak should utilize questionnaires and computer-based screenings to narrow down the applicant pool for external hires and internal hires for both staff and managerial positions. Questionnaires and computer-based screenings will reduce time and cost for interviewing and analyzing candidates. The questionnaires and computer-based screenings will provide information that details the candidates' personalities, motivation, and fit for the organization's potential positions. They can compare this data to that of the data analytics used to decipher what makes their current employees successful and reduce the candidate pool to those that match the same factors. The questionnaires and computer-based screenings can be used to ensure that a diverse group of candidates is interviewed. A diverse group will also increase innovation and performance for the organization. People of different gender, ethnicities, races, cultures, and other differences will provide Beefsteak with different perspectives and ideas. It is imperative to include diversity in managerial positions and staff positions, as studies have shown that diversity at both levels increases an organization's performance. The next step is to review the resumes of the remaining candidates for staff positions. The resumes should be analyzed to see if their past experiences, training, education, and achievements support what Beefsteak is looking for. The next step is to perform interviews for both the managerial candidates and staff members. The staff members' interviews should be behavioral interviews that ask candidates open-ended questions about their past experiences and how they handle specific situations. How the candidates performed in previous jobs will most likely be how they behave within Beefsteak. These behavioral questions should ask the candidates to detail their past experiences dealing with customers. The questions should reveal how the candidates deal with customers and fellow team members. While interviewing internal employees for managerial roles, behavioral questions should be asked as well. Asking them open-ended behavioral questions can reveal how the candidate viewed the experiences and how they handled them. This reveals the employee's view of how they handled the situations, and the interviewer can decide if this aligns with how they thought the employee handled the situation. Doing this will reveal the employee's characteristics and portray how they will handle situations as a manager. Once the interviews are complete, the selection process begins. HR and hiring managers and the selection team should analyze the interviews, questionnaires, data analysis, and assessments to determine who should be selected for the staffing positions. The selection team should also consider performance feedback, peer assessments, and personal history data for the internal candidates applying for manager positions. For global expansion, Beefsteak should first ensure that candidates from the foreign region meet its organization's values and desired traits, following a similar process they used for sourcing external employees in the United States. It should also consider the 5 personality characteristics for sourcing foreign candidates: extroversion, agreeableness, emotional stability, consciousness, and openness. Beefsteak should hire management and staff members, both in the United States and in foreign markets, that are culturally agile. These employees will have traits that include cultural minimization, adoption, and integration. A global manager should have the ability to understand Beefsteak's investments, make opportunities to learn, is receptive to learn opportunities, and is willing to change with experience. Beefsteak can determine if the candidates have these traits through the same steps as local hires, questionnaires, and computer-based screenings, resume reviews, and interviewings. For hands-on training may involve on-the-job training. Employees learn in the work setting by observing coworkers, than attempting the same task independently. The managers and coworkers will coach the trainee while attempting the tasks. Traditional on-the-job training is focused on the specific work, which provides a structure for the training based on the sequence of events for the work. The instructor, who is chosen based on their success completing the job task, portrays how to efficiently complete the task. The new employees will learn and practice simultaneously, and the organization will reduce training costs by not formulating a formal training class. Apprenticeship. The employee learns on the job and in the classroom. They have a mentor that trains and oversees them. Mentoring encompasses a relationship between the new and current employee. A mentor portrays the organization's vision and mission to the new employee. They continually and dynamically train the employee as the tasks change within the job scope. Beefsteak should utilize mentors simultaneously with on-the-job training to continually develop new managers. The mentor will depict Beefsteak's culture and values while simultaneously instructing the new manager on how to complete the tasks. Group building is a training method that is designed to improve the team's abilities. Team training can improve the effectiveness of the new managers and the management team. The training improves knowledge, attitudes, and behaviors within the group. Beefsteak should use action learning for teamwork training, which involves managers and staff working on actual business problems and carrying out plans to resolve the task. The team will learn management and functional skills while accomplishing the necessary task for the organization. Beefsteak can use simulation as an efficient training method for employees, as the training's immersion will keep them motivated and focused. Simulations are meant to be realistic, applicable job situations for the trainee. The simulation should reveal the user's actions and provide feedback on how they can improve their action toward the task. E-learning training can be successfully used as a flexible and accessible training method as it can be completed through computers or the web. Technology-based training will be a cost-effective way to train and develop foreign Beefsteak employees with the same courses and curriculum as those in the United States, ensuring the organization's traits, values, and skills are shared equally amongst all employees globally. When Beefsteak sends its employees from one country to another to conduct business or issue training, they should receive cross-cultural training to maximize their foreign culture's effectiveness. The training will consist of awareness, understanding of their own culture, and behavior learning appropriate behaviors for the new culture. Once the candidates are chosen, the hiring team must develop intriguing offers for the candidates. The hiring team should consider using cost analysis to determine the allotted funds they can utilize for the hire, which considers the salary or hourly pay offered to each candidate. During negotiations, the hiring team needs to remind the candidate of Beefsteak's superior benefits compared to other organizations. Beefsteak should consider offering extended vacation time as a rebuttal, as extended time off is an asset to the employee. For Beefsteak, they can offer less salary and still acquire the employee. The employee will also stay more engaged, productive, and loyal to the organization with the enhanced work-life balance. Beefsteak should consider its organizational responsibility for the employees they hire. An excellent online and apprenticeship training resume shall be scheduled for each hire to ensure they can quickly learn to achieve the job tasks. The employees will also develop confidence that the organization wants them to develop and grow, establishing a trusting relationship with employees. The employees will then be inspired to better themselves for the organization, perform at a superior level, and create a profit for the organization as effective and competent employees grow in an organization. The organization shall supply its employees competitive benefits that support the employee and build their desire to stay with the organization. They should supply competitive salaries, health benefits, development programs, schooling, training, and time off for their employees to ensure they are delighted to be with the organization. Beefsteak should also consider extensive time off benefits such as vacation days, sick days, and parental leave. Creating a healthy work-life balance for the employees will further develop their happiness and desire to work for Beefsteak.